I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Roll call, John?
Rod, here. Nicole. Dave, here. Carolyn.
Here.
Deb.
Here. Any comments from the public?
I have one.
Heidi?
Right. I was just looking through some past minutes, and I found in May 8th, 2023, that we had on the agenda as far as being the wind farms. And it had not only you, but it also had Dave Swenson, and I think it'd be a good recommendation to have two people and not just one person to just be discussing the wind turbines, since it's such a big issue.
We do. We have Dave and I. Dave was appointed for the wind turbines on the board.
I'm sorry, I missed that then. In one of the previous bonus, are you Dave? You're part of the committee?
No, we are not appointing a committee.
So the two of you are working together for the wind turbine
Right.
project?
That's where we started.
For the edification of the people that are here, I asked the chair to put it on the agenda for this month's meeting. And I think there's a motion and a second, and at that time, I heard yes from the chair.
No, I
And
called
a
you.
conversation on Friday, I talked to Deb, and she said she decided not to put it on, so.
By the advice of the attorney, he suggested we not get involved.
All I want to say about that issue, and it's my turn to say a public statement, is all the rest of the townships that are involved in the Hub City Wind Farm have representatives. And we're either going to hang singly or we're going to hang together. We already have an ordinance that has been worked on and is in front of the board.
And a bug to go with it.
Yeah, votes to go with it. And so I think there's a lot of work to be done yet. And I think that involves the residents that are here. So that's all, that's my statement.
Are there any other public comments? George?
Well, you say about, about this committee or whatever. Now, I know for a fact that she has talked to the attorney, and this is what his suggestion is. Now, doesn't it make a whole lot of sense that if you're gonna pay an attorney for his advice, that you would heed that advice? And also, aren't you people as a board supposed to be neutral on this and impartial? Because it doesn't seem that way to me.
Okay.
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I represent you.
You went, what? Speak
I
up.
represent all of you. And the majority of you in previous meetings, at previous get-togethers, have said, 98% plus, said that you don't want wind turbines or battery storage facilities or anything else. And it's gonna cost the township a lot of dollars, and I think we have to have all the i's dotted and the t's crossed. I think the other townships, and Deb and I have been to a group, we don't quite agree on how they should be represented, but I do believe that, I wanna take your input.
You wanna do what?
I want to take your input, and 98% of you that I've heard from don't want them in your backyard.
Did you contact everyone in the township?
No, I didn't. They contacted me.
Let's get done with the comments. We got a agenda to get.
I'm
through.
not done with the comments.
I know that, that's why
She raised her hand 3 times.
I understand that. I wanted them to get done so we can get to the next one. Go ahead.
My comment is relating to this.
Okay?
Since you're saying you're involved with this with the attorney, but nothing is being shared with the townspeople who are very concerned about this. This is in their backyard. You're not sharing no information with us. It's never on the agenda.
We don't have anything to put on the agenda.
That's why we want a committee that can meet all together with these townships that are involved in this project, so we can share information that we
And
learned
we
and
can
present
go
it back to the
those-
board.
We can go to those meetings. The attorney suggested that we not appoint anybody to a committee that is unbiased. They are very biased. They are only looking at one side of this completely, which makes the town liable.
So what is the
When
other
you
side?
appoint a committee, it is supposed to be to look at all sides of any aspect that you're appointing them for. That's what you're supposed to be doing. This is not that.
I don't agree.
So if somebody came in to this committee and said, I want to know what the positive things are on these wind turbines.
What would they say?
Exactly.
What would they say?
I don't believe they would have anything good to say about it, because as far as I know, anybody that I talk to that is going to be on that committee, they are all against them. Yes.
I just moved out here 6 months ago. My house is in between, what's the project of 153 and the one on 97. I'm right in the middle. There is nothing good about those wind turbines. I don't understand why. So I bought the house thinking, we did all our research prior, and it was taken down in court. So we bought the house, and then we find out that they're going back. I have also, when I paid my taxes, the woman who took my money said they already own the land. So now we're fighting to make sure they don't put anything on it. And I've been hearing things here or there when I go out, and that the project was
Oh, I'm sorry.
already approved prior to Trump shooting down all green energy, and that it's probably gonna go through no matter what. But we have to fight for it, because there is nothing good that comes out of it. We really don't benefit from any of it. And the people who wanna put them up, they don't have any of it by their house. They don't have nothing. It all looks horrible. The wind turbines, if you go in Portage or Oshkosh, they have many of them. They're ugly. They don't do anything for anybody. The solar, I mean, they're doing they're spraying the skies all the time up here. So they're covering the sun. So the solar fields do absolutely nothing. I mean, it's such a waste of money, and nobody wants it in their backyards at all.
What you have to keep in mind is the state has the control.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know, but the people who are making the
And
decisions.
tomorrow, on the 22nd, is when you should go up to the county and voice your opinion.
I will, but the people who are making these decisions, put this in this area, down in.
We don't get to make the decision.
I know, that's the problem. Nobody who lives here gets to make the decision.
I know. We did have the county here last month, and they said the same thing. They have no control either. The state is gonna run the
It's
show.
these people who have so much money, they're bored, they gotta spend their money somewhere, you know, but everybody else has no voice, no voice in it.
We have to follow the rules, the state laws. There's,
I understand that, but.
I'll tell you what, and like I told everybody at December 8th meeting, read PSC 128. We have to follow the rules, okay? Whatever you can't find in there, bring it forward.
One other point.
Yes.
In your conversations with our attorney, who's making these recommendations, if I am in fact a part of that committee, I'd like an email and or a hard copy of your conversation with the attorney.
Okay, I'll get it for you.
Okay, and I have the.
I'll get it in writing from Lee.
Okay.
That's what you're looking for.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Are there any other comments? All right, approval of town board minutes from December 8th, 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of town board meeting on December 8th, 2025.
I'll second that with a question. Did all the transfers on the treasury report get accomplished?
On the what?
On the treasurer's report, item number 8.
Yeah. Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of town board minutes, December 30th, 2025. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the December 30th, 2025 town board meeting.
You get a second? Rod? Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Fire department report, Mr. Kevin.
Okay, fire department report. December we had 7 EMS, 1 vehicle accident, 1 fire call in the township. Kind of just a breakdown. All vehicles are DOT inspected. They've been completed. All vehicle maintenance was completed in 2025. We now have inventory of all the rigs that was completed in December. And we are working on compiling the inventory into computer. Building maintenance was completed in December, including updated lights, new ceiling tiles installed, and exterior doors. Fire inspections were completed in December at station and town garage, and we got, I believe, 14 or 16 done in the community. Still working on bylaws, SOPs, SOGs, and the software transition continues, working with the state and federal reporting agencies to get several years of historical information transferred into new databases. I have been in contact with Marathon County regarding the upcoming Balloon Fest at CA for Acres. Negotiating with McMillan to lock in pricing for 3 years for flow testing, the maintenance. I don't know if I need the board's permission to sign that. It's under the $5,000, but I'm asking anyways because it's a 3-year contract. It just locks in the price, so in case it goes up, it's just a 3-year contract. The non-stock corporation was accepted by the state of Wisconsin. Application for the FIN will be completed this week.
Fine.
Fine.
Federal. The fine.
Yeah, what she said. Any questions?
What did you say the contract was for 3 years?
Just for the yearly testing for the compressor, the breathers. They just came earlier this week. Right? Yeah, last week.
And the contract is for the price, correct?
It's to lock in.
Yeah, for 3
this
years.
Price for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been doing it for years, so it's just, they offered it and it's like, okay. Any questions behind me?
How's the 501(c)(3) coming? Working on that?
Yeah, that's the,
That's the non.
Yeah.
That's the last one.
yep.
We should have the fine by the end of the week, so, as soon as we get that, and even if we got the, non-stock acceptance from the state, we can open a checking account and move forward with the first meeting.
I have a question. How many calls did you have in December?
Calls for December, we had 7 EMS, 1 vehicle, and 1 fire call. 9, sorry.
Was there one on December 19th?
I don't have that information in front of me, I'm sorry, Dale. What were you?
I have no comment, but I would like you to address that to this board on that call.
December 19th?
Yes.
Okay, I will look into it.
Is it a fire call, Dale?
No, there's a, we had an emergency.
Okay.
It took an hour and a half for a respond to the Belvedere. And I don't think that is very professional.
Okay.
And that's my comment.
Okay.
Well,
And I don't know if the lady lived or died.
What was the date on that?
December 19th.
Okay. That's something you gotta check on.
Yeah, because usually the marshal ambulance is out here within,
No, when our fire chiefs in the past, for all our fake fire calls for faulty equipment, and I mean, we had gone through a real trauma with our monitoring system, they never, ever questioned
less than 10 minutes. I mean, my hats go off to their service, but this was uncalled for, my comment. But you can scratch it from the record, but I want an answer from the fire chief why they were not there and why you were not available.
And those were first responders, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Dispatch,
Because, can I?
Go ahead.
Okay, so how it works
I know
is,
how it works. I've been there, this is my 67th year, 63rd year of restaurant. My mentor has done 67 years of serving people in public. We have over 100 years of serving people in their family. And I wasn't about to watch that lady die on the floor.
no, what I'm trying to explain,
I don't want to expect it.
but then I'll explain it to everybody else, Dale. Okay? How it works in the town of McMillan is you pay an ambulance contract yearly with the city of Marshfield. Okay? So when the page goes off, the city of Marshfield ambulance comes right away. If we have first responders available on the fire department to respond, they do. Okay? We are to help Marshfield.
Okay, why
So-
were you not available that night?
Huh?
Why were you not available that night? I did a 911 call, and I was told McMillan is unavailable.
But the
Where
city
were
of
you?
Marshfield-
Again, Dale.
Again, I've asked that question. Could you just tell me where you were?
Well, first off, I'm not a first responder, Dale.
No, but you are the fire chief.
I am the fire
Did you
chief.
take care of the first responders?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to talk this anymore.
Okay, so then I'll explain it to the rest, Dale. That's what I'm trying to explain.
All right.
When you call 911, the city of Marshfield sends an ambulance.
And
The
they-
average response, Dale, I'm talking. The average response time, usually for the ambulance, depending on weather and calls they have, is going to be probably that, let's say, 5 to 8 minute mark. Depending on, the further you are out, the longer it may take the ambulance.
And we did.
If the ambulance, for whatever reason, let's say all of Marshall, the worst case scenario, all of Marshall ambulances are out, then they have an automatic with Spencer or Stratford to then send their ambulance. McMillan has first responders who, if they are available, then they can also respond. But the ambulance is our main focus. That is what, when you call 911, that is what's coming. If we have first responders available, they will also show up if they get there first to help, or they will help the ambulance crew when they get there. That is how the system has been set up forever, Dale.
I know how this is set. Now, can I talk?
Yes.
Okay, I did it at 911 dispatch. Whenever I did it with McMillan, they were here within 10 minutes or less. Lori and Rob were very good in the past with me, and I never had an incident like this. I called the second 911. The lady was passed out on the floor. She was sweating very bad and unresponsive. She came through. At that point, my first concern, is she breathing? Is she choking? No. She started coming through and talked to me. That's my concern, okay? Second call went in after 15 minutes to 911. You can check the records. And my comment was, McMillan is unavailable. And second one, yes, Marshfield should respond. They had a structural fire, 20 of them. First responders were at the structural fire. No, that's the answer I got. There was no other information given to me. Meanwhile, the patient on the floor, talking, wanting to get up, her symptoms getting worse. Getting worse, complaining, groaning, that stomach cramps. No responders, no help. And then I called again, and they said, well, they're going to dispatch Spencer. I know Spencer's 12 miles away, another 20 minutes. This lady is in severe pain, stomach cramps. And I said, at that point, what are we going to do? She's sweating, the sweat is running off her head to the floor. And she's saying, I'm going to vomit, I'm going to pass out, I want to get up. From being on the floor, she didn't know how she got to the floor. You know, I'm not a first responder. I'm a critical heart patient. And I don't have 15 hour and a half to survive with my position and my own health problems. And I want to tell you, you took an oath to protect and serve. Who was covering that call, or McMillan, for that night? Okay, no other questions yet, because I'm not done. because I have never think that the fire chief should have taken the oath to serve and protect these people in this township before going. And now I'm gonna tell you, or should I tell them where you were that night? And what your responsibility was to have someone, at least one responder, to come to my aid. When she got there, her blood pressure was 90/40, dropping after an hour. And with the Spencer, responders were fabulous. They got her, but either she had a heart attack or a stroke. But when her blood pressure is below 90, any medical person, and I am under a heart patient, I have 5 stents, a watchman, and I know these medical terms. And she could not move her right side of her face, and she could not lift her arms or could not smile. That woman was critical, and I could not get no help. And I'm telling you, from a patron of McMillan to a fire chief that is new, that you have a responsibility not to leave us in here in McMillan to die. And I spoke my piece, and I want to tell you that at that time I said so many things that I should have not said to Spencer before they got there, and to my customers. And if I get sued, I probably could have, but I'm sorry. And I want to say, that I'm sorry for any grief that I gave the past fire chiefs, because they have a responsibility in the lives of every person in this room. And I think that the oath that you took to the office to serve and protect is far more important than going out and partying or getting being on the fire chief. I'm sorry. Okay, now I spoke. And you guys can take it from there, because the bickering and what you have good people on the staff, I don't know the story why they were released or why they were let go. I talked to the Wisconsin fire chiefs, which I serve at Fort McCoy, at McCoy, and Oakfield. I do federal contracts with them, and we talk about crisis management. And everything is documented. And I talked to the head, John, down there, and he was very disappointed to hear how this thing went down. And I want to put in a recommendation for Lori, our past fire chief, for her service above everything else that she did for us in the town of McMillan. When we're serving 100 people, 200 people, their lives are in my hand, and the breakdown that we had in that situation, first of all, the 911 call that goes into Meriden County, there was a breakdown. Number one, we should have a backup immediately, in 20 minutes at the most, 10. Lori and Rob are always there. You have some big shoes to follow. They did an excellent job, and I can't commend them enough. Being a business person in McMillan, which I'm proud to be, and they did a wonderful job. And I don't like the bickering and arguing on this township, because we all need to work together. And I think that everybody's got to realize that. And the people that are on this board, they serve and they do their time. And I sit in a lot of meetings, state level, local level, and we did 38 years of Meals on Wheels, and you had these situations. But honest to God, we're all here to serve and protect. And to this day, I do not know if she lived or died. But when we got her on a gurney, her blood pressure was dropping from 90 below 40 then, and she was very nauseous and I just wanted to share that. Your side story, I know how it's set up, but I want to tell you, real life, when you're out there with your life in your hands, you have a big job to fill. And I asked the town chairman to come and talk to me about this, and I sent word for you to come and talk to me, and nobody came and talked to me. And I do not like talking in front of a group like this.
When did you try contacting me?
Pardon?
I'm the town sheriff. You never tried contacting me.
I'm sorry, Dorothy. Dorothy said she would get the message back, but Dorothy, are you here?
Yeah, she's right in front of you.
Where's Dorothy? Dorothy, I asked you at the utility meeting to come talk to me. You did not that night. It was a utility thing.
I think what you need to do, Kevin, is find out from dispatch what happened between them and the ambulance service.
Well, I'll call Everett. He's a chief marshal, and he,
Find out what happened,
well,
and then get back.
yeah, I'll look into the call and get back to you.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to make sure I'm clear from Dale's standpoint. One, I understand you had a patron having an emergency. I do believe that what you're trying to bring up here, if I can summarize, is you're looking maybe for the McMillan Town Board to look at a full-time EMS type thing in lieu of an ambulance service. I'm not, just,
I think
Well-
that should have been a backup right there and then.
oh,
Particularly
no.
in the under system.
Okay, well, to hold on then, well then to expect Kevin or any of his crew to try and respond 24/7 to everything all the time is a little bit outside the realm based on a local town fire chief, an important position, but not 24/7 to respond. So if the question is that we should be looking at an EMS service instead of a contract, EMS service in addition to a contract for a full-time person, or if we're liking it how it may be operating. But I don't think taking it out on the current fire chief,
I don't wanna take it on the current person. I just do not want a situation like this happen again.
I agree.
And there
But,
should be not a breakdown in that 10 minutes.
but the only solution would be to have a full-time EMS staff or ambulance
Well, you
on
gotta
board.
find out what happened between dispatch and the ambulance, that's what you need to find out. So, yes, sir.
I want to know how many first responders we have active today, because we used to have a good number of them. But today I hear we're down to just about 0.
How many do we have, Kevin?
5.
We have 5 of them. How many did you have when you started?
6.
Okay. Just so we know they're not dropping like flies.
They're not dropping like
Okay.
I know I was in town of Hart when you called, we had a scenario come up, and the lady she needed medical help. They were there in 5 minutes, and EMTs. I mean, there was no questions asked before the ambulance got there. I mean, there was 5 people there in their house.
Well, honestly, this is the first time I've ever heard a complaint about our EMS at all.
Well, if I got hurt at home, I don't wanna lay there for an hour and 20 minutes.
Well,
That's for sure.
there had to be something between Marshfield Ambulance and dispatch, that's.
Well, somebody's gotta get their things together.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because.
everybody's got pagers. I mean, come on, get your stuff together. If somebody can't come, you better make sure you can come,
Yeah,
if you're qualified.
okay. Anything else? Any other comments for Kevin? Kevin, you got any more to say?
No,
Who are you texting, fire chief?
no, I'm looking back at our,
Just looking at his call.
I'm looking at the calls, literally, we have iron responding, so that's,
All right, Plan Commission, Dorothy.
Oh, well, our copy of our minutes are in there, and anything that we had discussed from last month got approved on the 30th at your last meeting, so nothing.
Got nothing, huh? Okay, for highway, I did talk to Jim Wendell's, and they are almost done with the engineering, and hopefully we'll be putting that out for bids for Stott. I believe he said in March. We'll have the plans before that. He said, that high spot, that's over by Broad's Road, they are going to be knocking that down, so they can get rid of that major blind spot that's on that road.
There's another one on Elm and Stone.
Well, they're hitting the big one. He said the other ones didn't quite meet the criteria. That's what he told me.
My only concern is I own property and my son is in the farming business, and we have property to the west of that.
Mm-hmm.
And even when the Mullins shifts changes, you notice it,
Mm-hmm.
coming down the hill or going back up the hill.
I'll let him know.
And somehow we gotta monitor this thing, because I can see in the future being it with no weight limits, it's gonna get busier. And,
But he
I
did
don't
say
want my
that,
son or grandson in an accident there or myself.
or anyone else. But he did say that they did address the major,
Okay,
so.
yep.
And then also I was up to Marathon County about Balloon Fest, and they're going to figure out a road pattern for us, where people are gonna be able to drive during Balloon Fest, and they'll get back to us. Library, Rod.
I have a
Hold on,
question, Deb.
hold on.
Do you have any input as to Marathon County patching their county roads in our
No.
township?
No, yeah, call the county.
Mm. Because it's only the 12th of January and E is getting,
I heard E is terrible.
and it's only the 12th of January.
Yes, sir.
If I can interject into that at all, I work for Wood County Highway Department, and we can go up to a patch and anything right now, and the more it rains and freezes, it's gonna pop back out, unless they're gonna buy a mastic machine to seal stuff up. Patching stuff is a temporary thing until winter's kind of over. I'll agree that E is crap. That thing should have lasted longer than.
George told me when I leave the house and I go down E, I'm supposed to put my passenger tire on the white line to avoid the potholes.
Works like a charm.
I realize that any fix they do now isn't long-term, but
Yeah, you have to get a call to the county for a county road, so.
I thought maybe you had a pull with them.
They don't listen to me when it comes to that.
Nobody
Sorry.
has a poll with the county.
With,
No.
yeah, with Mr. Griesbach, yeah.
It isn't Mr. Griesbach anymore. He retired. It's Kevin Lang that's up there, so.
Good, maybe when they do E the next time, it'll be better.
It hasn't been done that long ago, though.
No,
It's
it
sad.
hasn't.
Yeah.
Been less than 10, right?
It's gotta
Correct.
be right around 10, right in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, library, Mr. Bauer.
I have nothing at this time.
Buildings and grounds, Nicole, she's out tonight 'cause she was sick. Garbage and recycling, Dave Swenson.
Did everything.
I got a lot of phone calls.
And so did I.
That's right.
Phone ringing off the hook. And my excuse was, not my excuse, but Chad's excuse, who I have his personal cell phone number. He was gone.
He was gone, he didn't get back to me either.
Yep, but I did talk to him subsequent to that. They did pick up some of them. There was all the way from Sugar Bush to Birch East and South, all the way to McMillan. The one excuse that he said was, I believe it was a week ago, Wednesday or Thursday, when we had fog and ice, they didn't get them all picked up. So they supposedly picked them up the next day. But again, I think, John, you fielded a lot of them. I had the calls that.
So did I.
And so I called Chad, and one time I got him, one time I didn't get him, and I had him twice since then. So it is addressed as, anybody got garbage cans out there yet? No, okay, well, then they got picked up. Don't hurt to call, I got his own.
Well, I know Marshall, they backed up a full day.
Right,
So,
and it was because of the ice, I think it
Yeah.
was, well, it was the same day as the Environmental Resources Committee meeting at Wausau, because they were canceled in the
Yeah.
morning, so.
okay. Anything else, Judy?
Gary's
Gary?
Well, the announcement that I heard, it sounded like it was just the city of Marshall, not the surrounding, that was gonna be a day late.
Oh, that's not true.
Well, whatever it is,
Whatever
you
it
can't
is.
expect them to go out in crappy weather, that's a safety issue, you know? Picking it up the next day, I hope it wasn't a hardship for everybody.
No, and they did, well, there was one near Sugar Bush, that was 2 weeks, it was missed.
2 weeks?
2 weeks, and the individuals have lived there for the last 8 years.
Well, that is laziness on the driver's part, I think.
And or the other excuse you get, when I called Chad in Wausau, he's sitting at Weston, there's cameras and times on all the garbage trucks. So if they start early in the morning and your garbage isn't out there by 5, it's not getting picked
I
up.
thought it was 6.
Well, whatever, I mean, so a couple of times, he went back and looked at the log, and he said, on this date, at this time, that garbage can was not there, because it's recorded. So, FYI, word of the wise.
It's garbage, for God's sakes.
Any other questions?
I do think, Dave, if you guys can, when you guys have your next meeting, there does need to be some way that they can come up with a standardized way. If they're gonna be late and they're gonna hit the next day, that we have some places residents to look
Yeah.
to see if they're running a day late. I mean, right now, we have no way of knowing if they're running a day late, if they hit half the township, they're gonna hit the next half the next day. We have no way of knowing any of that.
Nope.
And when they're starting to play around with, well, we're gonna pick up somebody a day early for a holiday, we have no way of knowing that either. I mean, I know
And just taking it up
January, you
early,
bill.
they're not gonna be out there.
I have a meeting.
Right, but they're doing that. They did that in what, for the 4th? They went through a day early, I think.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that was.
I mean, it's nice for their part because they're not picking up garbage cans. There's nothing out there. Or there's 5 cans. So they can run and do the whole township in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I got a meeting in a little over a week here, 21st, and I'll bring that up.
Just so there's some way that we know as residents what's going on. I mean, if they've got some spot that they want us, some website, if they got,
Something.
I mean, if they can get it to John and gets on our website or whatever we can do so that our residents know. I mean, I don't know. People call me and I go,
Well,
leave it out there, I guess. I'll try not to hit it with a plow truck.
you covered.
Well, I mean, that's the next problem. You're just leaving garbage cans out waiting
Yeah.
and nobody's gonna come pick them up. Now our plow guys have got a plow around them.
Any other questions or comments in garbage?
Okay. Policies and procedures and newsletter, Carolyn.
Okay, policy and procedures, Donna and I are almost done with updating. We just have to get it all printed and finish it up. The newsletter should be out by the 1st of March, so that means by the middle of February, I want all the articles from everybody that needs to get in.
So by February's meeting, huh?
Yeah, yes. Well, or it could be,
Right in that general vicinity.
oh, we don't have the new calendar up. So, at least by the middle of February, no later.
Our regular meeting is the 9th,
I
right?
mean, it's just,
That
So-
should be good anyway.
Okay.
Thank you, that's it.
okay. Clerk's report. Notifications and correspondence. Well, Nicole isn't here, so there's nothing there.
Let's see. I submitted the ARIP quarterly reimbursement request on December 18th, 2025. Registered Deb and Patty for the Wisconsin Towns Association district meeting on January 31st at the Eagles Club in Marshfield. I am preparing for the February primary that will occur on February 17th, 2026. I received one open records request and fulfilled one open records request. I coordinated with the fire department for the discontinuation of the Frontier and Cellcom accounts. I shared correspondence with the town board regarding the town day's establishment of their intergovernmental committee. I've already started receiving absentee ballot requests. Received the report of fire inspection completed on 12/30/2025, and will be working to resolve the 4 issues that were identified in the garage building. Started requesting tax exemption reports from tax exempt properties in our town for the report due in the spring of even years. I received correspondence from Dane Seckler, our consultant for the Fire and EMS Innovation Planning Grant. He stated that he had a meeting with the Marshfield Fire Chief related to our project, but he hadn't heard from anyone from the McMillan Fire Department. I had sent Dana's desire to meet and his request for information to Kevin on August 3rd and September 12th. I also sent Dana's desire to meet and his request for information to Kevin and Patty on August 19th, September 28th, October 12th, November 1st, November 24th, and December 12th. I have not received a response to any of the 8 emails that I sent over the last 4.5 months. Sanitary permits were issued on County Road T and County Road E.
John, what kind of requests did you say for T and E?
Sanitary.
Oh.
Okay, checks to approve. You have your list of checks. I'm gonna go through this because some of these are for 25 and some are for 26, so we need to kind of separate them out. The first one for Monroe Trucking, that was the one that we had approved last month. That's on our list.
And that was for the
That
Not the broom.
No, it wasn't the broom, it was for,
Extension of the wall.
no, what the heck was that, John? Kurt, is Kurt in here? Or did he
Was
leave?
it for the strobes?
What's that?
Was it for the strobes?
There were two of them, whatever it was, there were two invoices, 1,200 and some for each one.
And then for the spring,
Oh, we had a spring on the Freightliner wing.
That was the small invoice.
Boss cutting edge kit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for the
Blades
plow,
for the plow and the one ton.
for the plow.
So that was that.
So there was a separate blade for the plow that we just bought.
We wore the first one out already.
Huh?
We wore the first one out. The first one, I believe it's like most things that you get, you know, when you get the toner printer, there's not much ink left in that first cartridge, and I feel that that's the same thing. Because the second edge that we now have on that invoice is for, is doing a much better job of hanging in there for us and not wearing down right away, so.
So it's harder steel, they put the cheap one on first.
Yeah.
And now what did this cost us?
Oh, that's included in the 2654.
But the truck has done a lot of plowing for us and stuff already. It's done its work, so it's not
Okay.
that we purchased something that's not working.
Right.
It's just,
The next check is for the Freightliner, the $56.94. There's refunds in here, so that the 525.68 is a refund. Or 2026, okay, let's do 2025 first. So the first check listed on your list of checks is for 2025. Now go down to the bottom and start with Alliant.
Okay.
Those down to the bottom
Yeah.
are for 2025. And then also the employees' checks that were put into 26 should also be included in that. What was the total on them, John, and what were the numbers?
Beginning with 21138.
Yeah, those are the payroll checks.
21144. Yeah, these checks were already approved.
21144.
21144.
Okay. But the reason I want that stated is because it's in our 26 budget for tonight, so. But for 2025, or for 2026 now, you had the Freightliner for the first one, then you had a refund, 195 went out to B&B for the park.
Okay.
1302 went for the fire department for Cellcom. Then you had a refund, a refund, a refund, a refund, a refund, a refund.
Okay.
Then Marathon County Treasurer, the settlement. The 254 was for the cruise air. Then you had another refund for 166.32. Then you had a settlement for Mid-State Technical College, North Central Technical College District. Paul Bukar was the 1406.57 for base course. Another settlement for the school district of Spencer. Stratford is the next one, then another refund. And the tax refunds that I'm explaining is, banks at times will send in a check for people's taxes, and it might be too much. So then we have to send the excess back. So if anybody's wondering what we're refunding here, that's what it is. United School District of Marshfield for the $665,787.30 is for settlement. Waste Management for the $16,994. Weiler Enterprises and Transportation was for gas, and the Wood County Highway Department was for salt.
So we had a total of over $1 million in checks. $1,283,000 for those that don't have a copy of
Well,
it.
that's for 25 and for 26, so,
And that's where our tax dollars go.
yeah. That 665,787 was, that one can bite. So we need a motion to approve checks.
I'll make a motion to approve the checks 21163 through 21188, and then the transfers 2512005 through 251211.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say
I
aye.
have a question.
Yes.
John, you said that you were working with us to cancel Frontier. Did we not get that canceled at the beginning of December, in the middle of December? Because that's 2 months. That 440 should be a 2-month charge instead of a 1-month charge.
So Frontiers, I've been trying to download the invoices, but they're not responding to me. So I don't know, I have a disconnection notice. I think the only thing that I had from them about disconnection is how to return the equipment.
Okay.
That was dated 12/31, I think.
So that would have been after the disconnection. So there's, the 440 would be 2 months, so that's November and December, correct? Or is it paid ahead?
The last invoice that I had was dated 11/4, and that was for the billing period 11/4 to 12/3.
Okay.
But when I log on to the web, do you have a log on to the website also? Because when I log on to the website, it won't bring up any previous invoices.
Well, and the login that was provided to me is just, it's minimal. I can't even get the detail of the.
Yeah, I can't get, it says unable to retrieve invoices.
I've never been able to get anything more.
They've not been, when I've communicated with them, they're not communicative on how to get the invoices.
So 11/4 to 12/3 was how much? Was it 440 or no?
2/20/25. The auto pay is scheduled on November 28th. So there was 2 payments because that's a combination of 2 payments. It says 2/20/25 per payment. So there was one that occurred in the beginning of December and then one occurred in the end of December.
Any other questions, Patty?
No.
All right.
I don't have a vote on that one.
And what one?
The motion to approve the checks.
Is there any other discussion on checks? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, budget versus actual. with the checks that we've submitted, the 2026 budget checks out. I went through every number. So, at this point. Oh, Donna, bankruptcy litigation, treasurer's report.
You have that in front of you.
Pardon?
You have that in front of you. You should have it. In your group.
Yep.
Okay. Pay attention please to
Can you
the,
speak up, Donna, please?
Yeah, we can't hear
I
you.
can't hear you.
the Highway Fund 1, there was a motion made last month to move the balance of the capital improvement for highway to that
Right.
account. Okay, so we did do that according to the budget stuff. It was $18,117.28.
Want to repeat that? 15 what?
$18,117.28.
Okay, before you go on, our truck went in this morning to get the room put on, so they'll have it done by the end of the week. They had an opening.
So that'll come, does that
That was
come?
2,000 some, right?
No, no,
No.
that was 12,665.
12,000.
Oh,
We haven't paid it yet.
It's also okay, Randy, to get the steps put on there.
I know, I talked to Kurt and Randy about that, they figure they can just do that right here, so.
All right.
Okay, and then, in the month of December now, anything that was postmarked, and not necessarily in the bank by December 31st, because if they're postmarked, they still get to be part of the settlement for December, if they're postmarked. So for the month of December, through the end of December, we had a grand total of $1,591,786.38
Run that number again.
yeah.
for the month of December. $1,591,000, I'm sorry, $591,786.38. That is why you have settlements,
Right.
big checks to make. Then there'll be another one by the 15th of February for what we collect in January.
Those are tax dollars that people paid in for taxes.
Yep. There's only, there's 111,000 and change for garbage. It's 111,613 so far has been collected on the garbages. And then the closed land, the MFL, closed was $942.55. That was just December.
And then your transfers.
Okay. Now a transfer we have, because we did the one for the highway, would be what it needs to balance for this month. Ooh, it's big. What do you think, John? At least 1,000,002.
Yeah, I think $1.2 million sounds like a good
Come on.
number. Let me double check. You guys talk amongst
Yeah,
yourself. Let me
well,
double check.
just so you know, you get your first transportation aids monies in January. That's why we have money for payroll and whatnot. Because we get that first check, the first of January, so that's why there's already extra monies there.
Do you know how much that's gonna be?
How much it
200,000?
was exactly? Ooh, John, I don't have that with me, do you? Let's see, I'll get it for you. I don't have it in front
It's
of me.
like probably 38,265.80.
Thank you.
And how much?
80 cents.
What?
Transportation aids for January.
Oh,
for our
that's the
payment.
first payment.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, now I have a question.
Okay.
The checks that were written out for 2025 came out of
Did you,
the 53,724.
were those the same, were they on the, I don't have the December's printout in front of me, I have the January's.
Because the checks that have to come out in 26 come to 876,865.45.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. You're gonna have it coming out of two different pots
It
here
should come out of just December's, I would think, but
for
I don't know how
2025.
his program works. The 25 you're talking about,
Yeah,
the ones we held.
yeah, but no, the ones we held should come out in 26, that was those payroll checks.
All of them. Yes, no, yes, we held
Right.
them all,
Okay,
correct. Those are 26, so the only one that would still be
so we have this is
this
25.
Monroe,
And the ones on the bottom, because those were
those,
were issued in
those small ones on the
25.
bottom.
So those should come out of the 25 pot.
Budget. Mhm.
And then the 876,865.45 comes out of 26.
Yes. Those are the big ones. And the, whatever else was left there. But I don't know what the budget shows here. I'll have to look at it.
Oh, the budget there. Yeah, the budget actual is in the packet.
For 26.
And 25, yeah.
26 comes out,
Well, I would have to go back and look and see if this.
but I'm talking about,
Each one
the
of these came
monies.
off of the budget correctly, I'd have to go back and look.
because the amount of money that is left in,
The 53,000?
that is for 25's money,
Mhm.
correct? Okay, so we're looking at
2025 here in the back.
25, and we're looking at 26 in order to
Yeah.
keep the monies straight.
I don't know how he posted them. I'm sure that's how he posted them, but I don't have that in front of me. I have to go through each one of the lines to see if that's where it came out of, if it increased from November.
Yeah, well, the 2026, this all shows
Yeah.
in 2026,
Mm-hmm.
so
The rest would be then in 25. yeah.
25, so they gotta be separated accordingly.
Right, on his budget.
Right,
We'll check it and make sure they did, each one of those that are marked 25. We'll check and make sure they came up with categories.
okay. You guys know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Those that are doing,
Yes, we got it.
we got it.
Okay. So then the transfer you need to make, Donna, is what?
Yeah, but I take those out of there, and take those totals out of there.
Should be 876,865 is what you're gonna need for monies,
Mhm.
total.
A little bit more probably.
876,
But there was- Well, I got the checks and the settlements for 2026 comes to 876,865.45. That's what I came up with.
So you're asking for what to transfer?
Well, these 25s would still be, we never took anything out of the balance in 25, am I correct? Nothing other big, yeah, other than those, and that 18,000 transfer we took out.
The 18,000 transfer was done at the end of the year.
Yeah, that would be in 25. Well, it'd be right at the end, it comes out of 25's money.
Right. So we did that. That came out of the checking and went into the other account.
Yes, we did that, we transferred that one.
Yep, so basically what you have is,
We had what you're really trying to get to is what's left then, in that 25 to transfer it somewhere. You wanna do something with that?
well, we need to know what is actually left out of the 53,724.
Right.
After the 2025 checks are taken off of there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I can try to manually add it up. Jamie, can you do it with your computer, or I don't even have a picture or anything.
So you want to take off take the 53,724 and reduce it by whatever was on the check listing that's in this packet for, that are 2025 invoices?
Yes.
Okay. So if I take 53,724.27 and minus 14,860.62, which is the total of the ACHs and the Monroe check on check listing. If I subtract that from the 53, it's 38,863.65.
Thank you.
So what are you subtracting again? 1,400 what?
$14,860.62. And that gives our checking account balance at that time, brings it down to $38,863.65. So that is the money that we are showing at the end of 2025.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
What did you say we had come in January?
Transportation aids, you said about 38,000 there.
265.80.
Mm-hmm. So we should have that too.
So you don't need to transfer anything?
Well, I don't know what you wanna do with that 38,000. That's the last of, I don't know what you wanna do with that. If, if it's just rolling over, I don't know if you're doing that, or last month you decided you were gonna wait and decide. So, you
Well,
decide.
we gotta go through the budget first,
Okay,
when we get to that, to amend the budget.
we're gonna do that tonight?
Yeah,
Okay.
for 2025, we have to get that done. I think we gotta get the problem is the innovation grant, all right, that we have coming up. There's no money to pay it for this next year, and it's not in our 26 budget.
I don't know, one was 40-some thousand, we did have both like 40-some thousand?
The total grant that we received was $139,000. We paid, what was it?
139,
40.
we paid 40-something.
Yeah.
So we need like 91, 92,000 left. We don't have it.
Did all that money come in 05, John?
In 25 it came in.
I'm sorry, 25, that all came in 25?
You also got the 2026 back funding for EMS in December 2025, that's $18,078.70. That would have to come out of that,
What is that? EMS what?
the FAP funding.
Which is, we got that one in December, correct, John? That was, yeah, it came down to,
Yeah, middle December that came in, I believe.
yeah. Yeah, for the, innovation grant, we'll have $91,897.95 going out. I believe that's what the dollar amount is, we don't have it left over, but it is in our checking account. we don't have it in the budget for next year. So, now what?
Did you pay, you paid a portion of them? Did you pay a portion of each one? Is that what you did?
He paid, what was it, John, like 39,000 something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a retainer into
43.
Dana, and then, McMahon, we've been paying their invoices, like a monthly basis, I believe.
You're paying them on a monthly basis?
Whatever they send in invoices, yeah.
What line is that on? I have so many papers to be honest.
I know,
It's just
terrible.
I don't know.
You want the expense line?
Yeah. I don't have it
Page
memorized.
3 of 6.
There you
on
go,
the
I
December-
just found it.
December 31st.
So we have 91,897.95. Yep, I had my number right. That we don't have. To pay that in 26.
Send them an IOU.
What page? Budget?
Page 3 of
So-
6 on the 12/30.
3 of 6.
5.
3 of 6.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we can't make a decision on the
38.
whopping 53,000 at this point. So we need to amend our budget to begin with. And see where we are at that point. Okay?
Wait, we see through it.
Well, otherwise, whose butt you pulling that money out of? Simple question. So what do you want to transfer down for checks? The checks that you have to cover.
I would say somewhere between 1.25 and 1.275.
Why? Why so much?
Well, the total amount of checks that are going out.
No, that's wrong, John, because some of those have to come out of 25. We just talked about that and brought that
Right, so
total down.
the total amount of 26 checks is $1.268 million.
1.286.
$1.268 million is coming out of 26.
For what?
For checks number 21164 through check number 21188.
I don't add up to that much. Because if you look in, on the last page of the budget of 2026, you have $41,000 in expenses, and then you have the settlements, okay? And that comes to $876,865.45. So what's the 1.2 for?
It should be.
The 835, 738 is the total due to the school districts.
Right, that's
It
for
does-
settlements.
It does not include the settlement for the county,
To the county?
correct?
Okay,
Total
and I missed that
total
one.
number 24210 is taxes paid to others, that's $1.234 million.
I missed that one, sorry. So 1.275, 394 cents. Did I have that right?
I mean, I like wrong numbers, I would just say $1.275 million.
To transfer.
Yes,
Yeah,
from tax savings to the main.
yeah, I missed that one.
From
Tax savings, from the tax savings.
tax savings.
Checking.
Yeah.
We just need to pay attention that we have the, what was it, $38,863.65 left.
Yeah.
Transportation aids.
And then we got that, no, that's cut, that's.
No,
balance.
it's from this other,
Okay,
from
for
the
the
five.
balance of 2025 in our checking account, that is $38,863.65.
I got that down.
Okay,
Yeah, got it.
that's for 25.
25,
I even put it down.
yeah, got it.
Didn't read it.
Okay.
So your motion is to, for 1.275 from the tax savings account to the check.
General checking.
You're making that motion?
I will make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussion?
Who made
All
that?
in favor, say aye.
Carolyn, you make that second?
Dave made
You
it,
seconded
Carolyn
it?
seconded.
I did.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So 1.2, which number is that?
500,000, Jesus goodness. Oh, two checking, okay. All right.
Way too many numbers. I mean, they're just,
Wow.
and we get to get into the budget later. That'll be so much fun. When we start amending it. All right, where's my agenda? We did the transfer, we're done. The poor gentlemen that are sitting in the back for the innovation grant updates, welcome.
Thank you. Where would you like us to
You
present?
take, go by your, up at the
Yeah.
podium if you
Thank
choose
you.
to.
Just want to pass those down, please. Sure. You already got one, I did. Donna, do you have one?
I do not, thank you, though.
You do now.
Can we have one more for Nicole? She's not
Sure
here
thing.
today.
I've
I
got
just want to
plenty.
put it by the empty chair.
Very good.
You bet.
Well, good evening. I'm Mark Roloff. I'm the manager of the Public Safety and Municipal Management Division with McMillan Associates. We're a consulting firm based in Neenah. This is Ray Maurer. He's one of our public safety specialists, municipal management specialists. We were hired by the town to conduct clerk and treasurer administrative function study as part of the innovation planning grant that the town received. Just by way of background, I've been in local government for over 40 years. I retired last year. 12 of the years that I was in local government was for town government, so I'm very familiar with everything that's been going on proceeding tonight. So it brought back memories, and that's okay. I'll sleep well tonight knowing that I'm not doing this anymore. And Ray has over a 30-year career in local government as well. And so we took this on. Lori Gauze on our staff, since we got started, Lori retired, so her name's not on the report, but Lori was part of the initial discussion. And then Russ Van Gompel, we probably should have brought him tonight because he's actually on a town board for a town of about 2,500, so very similar in size to McMillan. Just to give you a background, normally what we do is we have what we call a recommendations meeting, and that's essentially what this is. And because of the nature of town government, doing it right at a public meeting is very common. So we were retained to conduct a review of the town's clerk and treasurer functions to explore potential consolidation, shared services, or outsourcing, utilizing a bunch of information. A lot of town historical documents, ordinances and resolutions, the budgets, current position descriptions, and then any plans for the town, any service contracts, surveys, any previous studies. Quite honestly, we didn't find a lot because there's very basic information here. We developed a project team, and originally it was Lori and myself, and we came and visited John and Donna and a couple other members of the board. We reviewed documentation pertaining to both the clerk and treasurer positions, and we assessed the current operations of the town. And so tonight is our recommendations meeting. Normally, we have what's called a project status meeting, but we had a difficult time reaching out to the other municipalities in the area. Some of them weren't really sure what this was about, and so at first they hear a call from a consultant. They don't return the call because they think we're trying to sell them something. So it took a little bit of time, but we did have some results that we can talk about. For those of you who don't know, the grant, the town applied for what was called an innovation planning grant. Those were awarded to municipalities, cities, towns, and villages of less than 5,000 people that were interested in perhaps looking at a way to consolidate. The purpose of the grant was to encourage municipalities to talk about ways they could do some consolidations. I know the town was also awarded one for related to fire, so they're in the middle of doing that one too with another firm. We were just working on the treasurer and clerk and treasurer. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ray to just talk about some of the findings and preliminary recommendations. The idea isn't that this is, here's the report, we're done. It's really to get your input on any initial reactions and where we go from here. And I think Ray can talk about some of those things.
Good evening. As Mr. Roloff mentioned, as far as some of the documents that we took a look at, we did find limited information on either the clerk or treasurer positions. As we took a look at those, both job descriptions are basically minimal of what's required by state statutes. So typically we might see a little more detail on the position descriptions, more specific for what they might do for the town itself. Surrounding municipalities that we did have contact with, we found that there's little to no relationship with each other. So that presented some potential opportunities that we can talk about as we get further into the draft recommendations. As we are hearing tonight, surrounding municipalities have limited resources to share, just like everybody else that is in government. Wood County towns are hesitant to collaborate with Marathon County towns because election procedures are not compatible. So those were some of the things that we found as we looked at the location between where you're at with Wood County and Marathon counties. Marshfield, Spencer, and Stratford are willing to discuss possible shared services. We did get some very positive feedback from those communities as far as looking to possibly have some communication with McMillan. I think what we found was they've had some preliminary internal discussions but haven't reached out. But those communities are, again, willing to have some conversations on maybe some shared services that might be mutually beneficial to all the communities. One item that's currently taking place in the village of Stratford, they have a vacant full-time village clerk position, and they're having difficulty getting qualified candidates for that position. So there is a potential opportunity for that shared position between the two communities possibly, and it's timely. I believe their applications are due today actually for that full-time position.
And they have a full-time position.
I'm sorry?
That's a full-time position.
That's correct.
And one of the challenges has been that the wage that they're offering just isn't attracting enough people. So, you know, sometimes you take a look at, well, if they jointly did it and they offered more money by putting resources together, maybe you get somebody who'd be more interested in it as a full-time position.
So moving on to some of the draft recommendations that we have for you this evening to provide some input to us. We suggest that you continue the contractual agreement with the city of Marshfield for EMS services.
They had nothing to do with the earlier discussion. That is just feedback that we got as we talked to the different municipalities in the area. They felt strongly about that.
Consider meeting with City of Marshfield officials to begin discussions of potential mutually beneficial shared services. Again, any of the communities that we note in our recommendations, they did share with us that they're open to having some discussions with McMillan officials. Consider meeting with the Village of Spencer officials to begin discussions of potential mutually beneficial shared services. Some of those could potentially be elections, police services, fire, shared equipment. Consider meeting with the Village of Stratford officials to begin discussions of potential shared services. Again, there's the possibility for that shared clerk position, elections, and other opportunities potentially. The town of Lincoln is not interested in shared services discussions at this time.
They don't play nice.
We did find that sharing functions with municipalities outside of Marathon County would be difficult, so we would encourage you to stray from that. And then there are a couple of potential contracting out of services. One that we put down here is possibility of payroll. The final one, I'm going to have Mr. Roloff talk about. He's been involved with on a state level. So.
Yeah, one of the discussions we had when we met with John and Donna originally was actually, it's another project that I'm working on, both through my duties with McMillan, but I was also on the League of Wisconsin Municipalities Board of Directors for about 15 years. So one of the discussions that the League of Municipalities and the Towns Association has been having is the potential, the term I use is a municipal services agency through the League of Municipalities, but I know that, I know Mike Colas with the Towns Association. Mike and I have been friends for 25 years. Mike has also been talking to the league about this as well. What this is leagues in different states have combined services for multiple municipalities to provide some of the functions. It doesn't eliminate the clerk or treasurer position, but what it does is it contracts out a lot of the work that a clerk or treasurer would do. This is a long-term project. I'm working on it on behalf of the league right now. But the idea is that these other states, they essentially say, what services do you want? Bill paying is a very common one. Some of those are done so that the ones that are very traditional and people like to keep close to them, such as elections, they want it to be taken care of locally. That frees up the clerk so that they can do more of that, because if they're so busy with bills and all these other things, that's going to occupy their time. So that's one of the options that could be pursued. The bad news is that it's probably going to take 12 to 18 months to get something like that off the ground. But I point it out because I think it is something you may wish to pursue. The downside with that amount of lead time is that I talked about the innovation planning grant, which is what the town got. There's also the innovation grants themselves. The idea behind the planning grants was to give smaller communities the resources to get these studies done. A lot of large municipalities have had some of these studies done and have put them on the shelf. They've got these studies, or they have the resources to get these types of projects done. The innovation grant itself is, the state is soliciting and accepting applications right now, but only through March 31st, and that's really a tough thing. This is only a prediction. It's not, I'm not giving you some inside knowledge that I have. I'm just telling you after 40 years I know how the state operates. With the innovation planning grants, they said the hard deadline was April 1st, and then they extended, or no, it was the end of February, excuse me, and then it was the end of April. I predict there will be another round of innovation grants because the numbers that are coming in are very slow and very, very limited. Some of our clients are going to get some in, but not all of them. And I think this is a very common case. And you've got the fire study going on too. That's taking time. It's dragging out. Everybody's busy doing these studies all over the place. So I predict that it'll get dragged out a little bit. I'm going to submit one for the league for the MUSA project, but communities that need to apply for it, they won't be able to. I predict there'll be a second round and there'll be opportunities to do that later on. So that's what the MUSA concept is. I can tell you right now that the League and the Towns Association have jointly worked with the State Clerks Association to have two separate people work with city and village clerks and town clerks about how they can better serve them. They know that that's pretty limited, but it's actually trying to find work to relieve the clerks and the treasurers of some functions. And so a lot of the stuff you were doing tonight, going through the books and everything, trying to figure out what counts to balance, a lot of that would be, that type of stuff would be the things would be contracted out. So not to put anybody on the spot, but it can be a long evening doing that stuff, and I understand that. But this might be a way for that to go. So there's an opportunity out there, and we just had a good example on display tonight. So thank you for helping make my case with the MUSA
We haven't
concept.
even got started yet.
Haven't even gotten started yet. Well, I'll be on the road by that time. So anyway, I'm happy to answer any questions. Ray, Ray actually probably interviewed more the surrounding villages, and I spoke with the city of Marshfield. So happy to answer any questions that you might have.
The only comment I had was, you shared functions with municipalities outside Marathon County is difficult. Garbage and recycling through waste management. We cooperated with the town of Lincoln, Ridgefield, Rock, Hammond, and Marshfield along with McMillan. So consequently, that's across county lines, so that's my only.
Yep, no, you're absolutely right. The difference is that in each county, there's a county clerk.
Oh, yeah.
It's their circus, and they're the ringmaster.
There's different rules.
Even though they're technically all the same rules,
Yep.
there's art and science, and they're operating different art forms in each of the counties. I'm not saying one is worse than the other or better than the other. It's that they're different. Garbage, there's an old saying that I got in grad school for city management school. There's no Democratic or Republican way to pick up garbage. So garbage is easy. Elections, not so easy. So that's about the best you're going to get out of any close discussion about elections. Donna?
Did any of the other municipalities that you spoke with, or Stratford or Spencer or Marshall, anybody else apply for the grant?
No, none had. But remember, only municipalities that were under 5,000 could apply. So Marshfield couldn't apply.
Could not apply
This time around, I haven't heard anything. I know I've known Steve Barr for 30 years, and he didn't indicate to me. He's the administrator of Marshfield. He didn't indicate to me that he was planning to submit anything. So I still predict there's going to be a second round of these things.
So they may.
They may with the second round, because at least then they'll have more time to put it together. The main reason that everybody is pushing for the March 31st deadline is because you'll get 5 years of payments, of incentive payments. After March 31, you're going to be down to 4 years of incentive payments. But that's still pretty good. It's not perfect because it's not 5, but still, it's not bad to get 4. So I think they're going to throw that out there. That's just me predicting it, but I've seen how the Department of Administration's been run over the years, and that's a very common thing.
I have a question. How much are the grants that you were talking about?
Or incentive payments, was what he was talking about, right?
The grants, the planning grants were limited to 100,000. You got 2 different grants. That's how you got over 100. Very smart, by the way. But the innovation grants themselves, depending on how you do it, but if you can do it in such a way that you can get 25% of your annual costs if you contract it out.
Okay.
So the very common with fire departments, but if you can contract it out, a quarter of the cost of providing that service, if you farm it out to another entity, you can get 25%. So let's just say it's, I'll just use, to make the math easy, $10,000 it costs to farm it out. For every $10,000, you're going to get $2,500 a year for up to 5 years.
Okay.
So you'd get $12,500 using that example. If it's $100,000, then you're talking about $25,000 a year for 5 years. So, I mean, there are, I believe it's a maximum of $10 million annually. I only know of one that's going to get even like $4 million. It's a McMillan client, by the way, but I'm just saying. But it's up to $10 million a year, and there's $300 million in the fund, and that's one of the larger cities in the state. There's going to be more smaller municipalities going at it, but it won't be as big a number. So you won't get anywhere near the 10 million. So.
And it doesn't have to contract to another municipality, right? It can contract to a private entity or something?
Right. In fact, there's better incentives if you contract to a private. It's kind of weird, but that's one of the things. So if you could demonstrate that you, for example, I use the payroll one as an example, because in our discussions we knew that payroll was a concern that the board had. if you could demonstrate that you could save by contracting it out, you get 25% of that cost back a year for up to 5 years. Now, you're not gonna make the first year, so let's say 4 years for you guys. You could do that.
I just have a question. So, say we farm out the payroll, okay, and have another company do it. The 25%, is that 25% of what we are gonna be paying this new vendor?
No, it's what you were, it's kind of weird, so it's a good question. You'd have to demonstrate how much you were previously paying for that service to have it done internally, and you'd have to show that you're no longer incurring that cost. So you'd have to say, reduce it by, let's say you could reduce it by $10,000.
Okay.
And you farm it out. You farm it out to ADP, you know, that's one of the payroll places, and they only charge you $5,000 a year. You're still gonna get 2,500, 25% of that $10,000 cost for 4 years, even though it only cost you $5 to get it done, you still get that. That's the potential. The state is really trying to encourage municipalities to find ways to farm out. I don't necessarily think it's always necessarily the best way. You have to evaluate each and every one to make sure it's right for you.
No, just using payroll, because that's what you had brought up.
Yeah, and it's just an example that you can take a look at. We didn't specifically go out and talk to any specific firms, but we knew that payroll was an issue that the board was concerned about, so we said, well, here's an example. And we know that the ADPs of the world do those types of things.
Does anybody have any questions for these gentlemen?
No.
I'll be happy to follow up with John, and especially regarding Village of Stratford because of the situation with their clerk and everything, but we can follow up with John.
I'd like to thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for not picking a snowy.
That I have no control over.
Yeah, well, I congratulate you on your luck.
All right, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Well, this gives us something else to look over.
John, there's a couple of John.
Great. Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
Drive safely. Where you guys are bike driving back to? Where do you have to drive back to?
Oshkosh, for me.
And I'm going down to Platteville tonight. I have another client I'm meeting with in the morning, so it'll be a long drive. But technically it's Highway 80 the whole way, so who knows?
Thank you. All right, next item is the resolution for surplus property at the fire department.
Okay, so what we're wanting to get rid of is, we have 2 AED trainers, 3 AED units. These are the old style. I actually talked with Stratford Fire Department and they got rid of some on surplus, so they're like, you didn't try it, so I'm like, okay.
So that's your recommendation for those items?
Yep.
Okay.
We have a street hot emergency light bar, we got a rescue boggin, we got the 4-place aluminum H&S 2013 trailer, we have an Epson projector and projector screen, we got 9 obsolete laptops, we have a Lincoln Electric welder, we got a sink cabinet. I don't know if I need it for that, but there's plumbing involved in it, so I just wanted to bring that up. What I would like to do is we have 2 Polaris ATVs. I would like to give one to the township and then sell the other one. We got the Polaris snowmobile, sell that. We got the 24 LED ceiling lights we took out, try and sell them. And we have a Petrotech fuel spill control extinguisher that try and sell it. You know, before we throw this stuff away, we might as well see if we can get $5 for it. So that is what I'm looking at to get okayed on. Just trying to clean up over there.
If you're getting rid of the AED trainers,
They're the old ones, we can't use them.
so you have new ones already.
Not trainers. But
Are you gonna get any,
you can,
or do you need them?
you really don't need them. You gotta remember, this was the beginning of the technology part. So back in the day, they were, great. But I don't even know when the 500s went out, Rod. Or stuff like that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then you have 3 AED units.
Yep, the units themselves, the batteries are dead, they don't work, and it don't pay to invest money in them. They're old stock. The 1,000 life packs are the ones we run now.
And you have those.
Yeah, we got 5, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
5, maybe 6. I just got through inventorying all the rigs, so
Who was using all those obsolete laptops?
No one,
no one. They're in a cabinet.
they were in a cabinet.
I just happened to open the drawer and I'm like, oh.
Are those the ones that the hospital gave us?
Yes.
Believe so.
Somebody had used them for a while and they basically ran out of their,
They were,
Windows
they
7.
were,
yeah.
whatever they were getting
We
rid
can't
of,
update
they
them.
dumped on us because we were willing to take them, and now they're sitting over there doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, because they
I
ran
think we
out
have
of
a
their.
recycling bin.
You can bring them over to me, we'll put them in the bin.
And I don't know what you need to bless.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna ask this way, there's no questions.
Well, I think there's a couple of these things that were donated.
Yeah, the items, thank you, Dave, I didn't make a note there. The items that were donated through Fall Fest money, when we sell them, would go back into that account, so then we could upgrade that equipment. Between the FAT money and DNR grant and whatever we can make off of this, we should be able to update to get a trailer, a UTV, put basically like a Polaris Ranger. I'm not saying a Polaris Ranger, but everybody understands Polaris Rangers.
What's wrong with the ones you have?
They're old, 1. 2, to load and unload on the trailer, it just isn't safe. 3, people don't run them as much. And 4, with the 4-wheelers, everybody's got to have their own helmet. It's just a different aspect of it.
How often have you used them?
The 4-wheelers?
For Fall Fest since July.
Yeah. You guys could use one over here for raking the ball diamonds, spraying weeds, stuff like that. That was my theory of giving one
We
over
would
here.
probably get more use out of one over on this side of the road, because I think the only time that I've ever seen you use 4-wheelers over there is basically for Fall Fest.
Correct.
We've used them in wildland and rescues and searches in my
Okay,
past
but
history.
I guess my question is, on the UTV that you're talking about, what do you gonna use that for compared to the 4-wheelers?
It'll combine all them into one. Okay.
All them what?
So the 4-wheelers, the rescue sleigh, that'll all combine it into one on the UTV. It's called a skid package. So then we can have if we want, we'll put a pump on it for wildland fires, and we can transport a patient on it too.
Okay.
So if somebody goes down on the trail in the marsh, we'll have tracks on that, and then we go down and, so we're compacting everything. That's it.
Do you have it on the budget?
Huh?
Do you have it on your budget?
Well, the fat
Buy a
money,
new one?
the fat money we can use towards that. We can use the DNR grant towards that. And then whatever we sell from here, we can use on that. And if we ever figure out where the budget ended up for the year, if there, once we figure out if there's any money left, if we can use some of that towards it.
So to replace all that, what is the UTV gonna cost?
Well, the UTV is the cheap part. You're probably going to spend, boy, I hate throwing numbers out, Dave, but
We haven't looked at numbers because we didn't expect it to.
And what are you gonna do till that time?
Same we're doing now, if we need something, we call Stratford, we call Hewitt, Spencer, somebody with a rig.
So you had buy-in by all the rank and file?
We talked about it. Everybody was, when we talked about it, we'd have to look back when we talked about it, but the update was the way to go.
My understanding was is they wanted to hang, the rank and file wanted to hang on to the four-wheelers and the boggin until we could actually afford and to get rid of, or pick up the UTV.
Yeah, we don't, from that standpoint, when we talked, we want to update.
That was a meeting where we didn't have enough membership for a quorum, is what you're recalling. So there was no decision, it was just a discussion.
My only point is, what are you gonna do till that time happens?
Same thing we do now if we need it, Dave.
If you approve the surplus, we don't have to sell it tomorrow. We can do exactly what you guys just asked to do.
I'm just, we had an individual that has been donating every year to the fire department, and the boggin thing was for rescuing the snowmobile trails, and the snowmobile was the full rescue boggin.
Yep.
The ATVs were used for wildland, and we've done that.
Yep.
In the marsh. We've used it for search and rescue, I believe at one time where somebody's lost in the McMillan marsh.
We're gonna do the same thing with the new one. It's just we're gonna be able to go.
Right there,
You know.
or it isn't in the budget, I don't know, so.
Well, that's what they're working towards,
Yeah.
I think, and I think the,
Well, I can see getting rid of some of this stuff, but not all of it.
So like I said,
Well,
one
not
four-wheeler-
immediately, But, I mean, how long do you hang on to nostalgia, like we did with the, I mean.
That's not my point.
Well, you just said somebody's
That's
doing
not
it.
my point, Madam Chairman.
You just said,
We still need the four-place aluminum trailer. The rescue boggin was donated by an individual in the township who donates to that department every year. We need something to pull that boggin, which involves a snowmobile and the ATVs used for wildland, so.
Before I ever used any of that, I'll call Stratford and they'll be here quicker and we'll go further, Dave.
And I don't agree with that. I had 49 years on the department, and I started from the inception.
Yep.
And you and I had this discussion, so
Yep.
that's my point of view. I can't see getting rid of some of the stuff before we know what we're in for, just to have change. Some of the stuff I'm sure
what's some of the stuff you wanna keep, Dave?
The trailer, you said?
trailer, the rescue boggin,
Okay?
2 ATVs and a Polaris snowmobile. The rest, I don't know one. The rest could go.
So you want me to put stuff on a trailer and leave it sit in the department because I'm not gonna authorize the use of it?
Well, if everybody, for the ATVs and the snowmobiles, where each, fire department member needs a helmet.
The snowmobile I won't because it's too tippy. It's just, people don't drive this stuff like we used to.
Right.
I mean, back in the day when we had farm people on and stuff like that, it was great. We drove it all the time.
Mhm.
Nobody drives this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just plain and simple. And I'm not gonna put people in harm's way because it's sitting there and this is all we have. I just as soon not use it to make sure my people are safe and I can call mutual aid. This is why we have mutual aid.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna utilize mutual aid before I use that stuff. And we have the money, most of it already, put away. So that's what the FAT money's for. That's what 2% DNR is for. 2% dues. This is all stuff, this is what we get the money for each year so we can improve what we have at the departments.
Upgrades.
Yeah.
So how many, and I think I asked you the question, how many new recruits have we got that may be interested? Has anything been done on recruitment?
Nothing been done on recruitment. Until I get my house in order over there, Dave, we're a long ways from recruitment. I talked to a kid tonight that was over there. A nice kid, explained to him, and maybe he'll call me. But,
Maybe you won't.
and maybe he won't. I got a long way to go over there, and I'm trying my best. And every time I come here, that's why I ask you guys, I ask people in the audience, what questions you got for me?
I think that you should keep the things that Dave's and then get rid of the rest.
Okay, so where do I put them?
Well, where have they been? They've been over.
Sitting in the station. That's where they're gonna be
What do
sitting.
you have the station for? To hold this stuff, to hold.
So we're
the
gonna
equipment.
hold stuff that we can't utilize. That's my question. So I can tell the public this stuff is sitting on a trailer and we're not gonna use it.
Well, we can wait till the tires rot. Well, seriously.
I mean, honestly, it's an honest
You
question.
know, one of the biggest complaints from this community is that the fire department demands all this money all the time. And so therefore, I think that maybe you might just slow down a little bit.
First off, I'm not demanding any money from the community. Second off, we got fat money. We got 2% dues. We got DNR grant. That's none of the community money. The community money is going to have to fix up the floors that are shot and stuff like that. And I'm happy to take the blame for something that's from 30 years old. Okay? But the stuff is falling apart, has to be fixed up sooner or later. We got to keep the building looking decent. And I know people want to blame me for spending money, Carolyn. Then people can step forward. Okay? It's always everybody.
We've been spending money every year for years, so this is nothing new.
And I've offered to the whole community on his video camera, they got my cell number, 715-207-2065. I will walk through with anybody
Okay,
to walk through that station.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
Well, but you brought it up now.
Well, I
Well,
brought
the
it
first
up
night
and I gave you my opinion.
Yeah, the first
So
night I
that's
took
my
Chief,
opinion.
Deb, we
Okay.
I got a
Gary,
question. How often did they ever use that snowmobile for a rescue or whatever?
Sometimes since I
Rod, in the last 10 years, how many times have you used snowmobile?
You're looking at probably, the snowmobile probably twice, we took it out. It's basically when the snowstorms are bad and you basically can't get by with vehicles anymore, and then we took the toboggan out. There were EMS runs.
When I was here before, I only remember using it once. We had a guy lost in the marsh. It was Daytona 500, because I'm a NASCAR fan, so I remember that. And we took it out there. Went as far as we could. We still had to walk on foot. Back in the day, it got us where we needed to get. Now tracks on a Ranger would have got us closer. I'm not saying tracks are the answer. I'm just saying
They're never gonna take a UTV.
all the way through that
They
marsh.
can take a snowmobile.
Yeah.
It just ain't,
Correct.
they're not that good in the snow.
That's my point.
So-
That is my point.
But if you wanna get a big UTV, a four-seater or something, you're talking probably close to 40 grand.
Well-
Oh, they're gonna want air conditioning and heaters and
No.
everything else what you'll need.
No.
And they're not cheap.
The one nice thing, okay, is we get the government price. Okay? So from that standpoint, we all wish we could buy it with the government price. Second off, we don't get anything but the basic. We don't want hardcover doors. We don't want radio, AC. This is basically plain Jane. You hop in, you drive. The less you have, the less that breaks down. Okay? We need a motor and a throttle and a bed. It's simplistic. That's what you want. This isn't us going for a weekend ride down the road. This is going out only if we need it. You know, and we're not. It's not the luxury one.
So back to my question is, what's the number?
Well, Dave, I don't know the number.
You
they haven't got it ordered yet, Dave, obviously.
We haven't even looked at it.
We have.
Okay,
Kevin.
someplace, there's other departments that have it.
Or, hold on a second,
There's
Dale had his
other
hand up
So I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Dale. Yeah.
Dave's got a good point. You don't sell your car before you got your new one, do you?
But we're not utilizing this stuff. That's the difference.
So
Okay?
you think you'll utilize a new one more? Or is it gonna sit over there like these do?
It may sit over there like these. Okay? I'm not gonna sit here and say that we're gonna use it 20 times a year. Okay? By any means. I'm saying we're updating to the point where now, one, my members are safe in it, and two, it's more compact of a unit. Okay? That's the difference. We're just upgrading. The snowmobile and the four-wheelers, as this stuff gets older, the parts are less and less.
What year is the snowmobile?
Rod?
I'm gonna guess you on it, I think she's about a 1990.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it was there when I first joined back in '97. You know,
It is a long track, and it's only 15 is probably.
So-
It served the purpose.
And then I'm not-
Dale?
I have a question. Can ATVs ride on snowmobile trails?
No, I don't
If they're hard packed, you can get through them.
yeah.
Is it legal? Can four-wheelers come out on our trails?
Most
I
of
don't
them
know.
It has to
can't.
be a certain temperature.
I was gonna say, I think it's below 30 or 28
Are you
or.
referring to as the fire department, or are you saying as a private individual?
Well, private individual first, but if you guys wanna work together and say, me as an individual businessman, I get bounced around because they will not bring the trail to my place of business. And this is Stratford Snowbrokers. They won't work with me. They bring this dead-end trail out to 97 and T, turn around in the intersection, and go back in the field. From that ditch line to the Belvedere, they will not bring a trail. Tell me your thinking on that. And if you wanna use that snowmobile, bring it out and start it up once a year, and bring that trail from T and 97 to the Belvedere, and see how that snowmobile works. And then you can say you used it and kept it running. And then the second question is that four-wheeler exempt from the laws? Can they go on the trail? Just a simple
It's an
one.
emergency situation.
Yeah, in an emergency situation, we can, I don't ever wanna say do what we want, that don't sound right. But in an emergency situation, we can make them decisions. It all falls back on me.
You do what you need to do.
Yeah, you do what you need to do in the situation that's presented.
Exactly, and I think if everybody works together, everybody can make this work. But I haven't heard how much that four-wheeler costs yet, neither for the budget, and I don't think the board should approve any open hook or open checkbook.
We're not talking about purchasing, Dale. We're not to that phase.
Right,
We're just talking about cleaning up what we have over there
I understand,
to make the next decision.
I understand, but I'm just saying, here's another part we could all work together, you know.
Kevin, did you have another question?
Yeah, so the last one Stratford did on their update, they had roughly $35,000 stuck into it. It's a Can-Am 1000, it's got, Kevin, you've seen it, it's
Yeah.
got the bells and whistles. It's got the tracks and it has everything else.
Even trails that you can run on?
It's got tracks, they can take that down.
Yeah.
On the regular snowmobile trails now, I would be hard pressed to take my four-wheeler down and get around good. You see the guys that are on it, they rip the piss out of it. 1990 snowmobile, I wouldn't trust to go 20 miles with the sucker than the new ones. I think that's different. Stratford's had 6 wildfires in the last year that they use it on, and probably 4 or 5 EMSs that they've had to go out through the fields on. I know 2 of them where they were. I can see more reuse to get that stuff, but if we have good mutual aid, it's tough, plan to get something and plan to get it. I mean, I don't know if I would go with the soft cap doors on it, put the hard cap doors on it, the guys are safer inside. More of a lock thing, but, you know, some of the stuff is, it's a dinosaur that we have. I mean, that four-wheelers have been here for how long too?
What year are those?
I know we had them when there, we had.
The insurance says 2005. This was I found the insurance from.
Okay.
I'd go with that.
So we got-
Yeah, I'd go with that too.
So we got 2 20-year-old ATVs, and what'd you say the snowmobile was?
35 years old.
1996 is on the, I don't know how accurate it is.
To be concerned about the age of four-wheelers, I wouldn't be concerned about that, but to say that you can run them in through the woods and yeah, you can't take a UTV with tracks on it probably any deeper than, I mean, I've buried a snowmobile going boondocking more than anything else too, so it's not like you can just take a snowmobile through any woods or snow and get where you have to go either. At some point, if they're off trail, and if it's a hunter, you're gonna walk and get them. There's nothing you're gonna get in there.
Every machine is gonna have its limitations. Yeah. And the trailer's a 2013, we got that.
And that trailer's probably worth more today than it was when we bought it.
Probably. The trailer is, yeah.
But the new one to replace it is gonna be more than that.
You would probably break even by the time you would downsize to a 12-foot trailer compared to that one.
Yeah. 6 of one and a half dozen the other.
Okay, so what do we want to do here?
I think we need to have some more firm numbers on what the new unit is gonna cost and what we're gonna get to pay for it for.
Excuse me, Kevin?
Yes.
Was that you that had the, UTV at Stratford cost, the total cost?
Tim thought about 35,000, but it was a 50-50 grant that they got it through. The whole thing was like 35, but it was half paid for by the 50-50 grant at the time, DNR.
So they went through DNR grant. Well, and they're also a larger, they're also a larger fire department. If you,
Should be set up.
So their DNR grant would be larger.
their DNR grant would be, they've got 5 different townships. If you're looking at $30,000, we already have it. And it's already been allocated to the savings accounts. And we could use those funds for this.
I think they've had to do it for a few years too now, so that the cost kind of went up and stuff.
I'm sure the cost will go up.
Yeah.
But he wants to know where the money's coming from. At this point, just off the top of my head, there's $32,000.
And we're not to that point yet.
We haven't looked at,
No, we need to clean up first. We have old stuff that we're not utilizing, and as long as I'm chief, we're not going to utilize it because it ain't safe. So therefore, it's going to sit on the trailer anyways. So if we can get money out of it today versus sitting there for 6 months, that is my point to it. I'm not looking to sell it tomorrow and buy anything new the following day. But we have to start somewhere and cleaning up.
Fire chief from Stratford said if we call them, they will bring their stuff.
Yep. Every local chief I have talked to, I can call and get a slew of equipment. They're all willing to work with me from that standpoint. So we clean up our house now, figure out what's needed. We have money set aside for whatever decisions are made. And whatever decisions we make with the money set aside, that is not taxpayer town of McMillan money. It's still our money as taxpayers, but it's not directly coming. I'm not coming to the townspeople saying, I want to buy this machine, give me 60 grand. I'm saying we have money from state grants sitting in accounts. We just got another check. So we have the availability to make a purchase rather quickly if we find something that we feel is needed. And like back to you, Kevin, like you said, the balance of what's needed and what isn't needed is a perception of every department. Okay? And I don't know how to fully ever answer that question. I've been doing this 25, 30 years now. So you have to balance on what's needed and what you can utilize versus what you can just call for mutual aid. Okay? And each year them answers get tougher as everything goes up. So what decisions do you make? I don't have them answers.
The other thing that, if I can interrupt you a little bit, Kevin, on this, the other thing that rolls into this too, it does roll into the training aspect. Because when you've got something like a UTV, if you don't own it, your neighboring department owns it. Your neighboring department are gonna be the ones that are gonna run it when it comes into your community. You won't have anybody here that'll be able to run it. Because they won't have been properly trained on it. Because every time, and even when you cross-train, you can say about it, there's a group of people that get involved with the training of it, and they operate the machine, and they operate the machine. So once you've taken that out of your local department and you've gone on to something else, it's tough to get that training so that they're trained up on that piece of equipment.
Well, I was just, when I just asked him about that, if they would come, he says they always do. I mean,
They will come. The thing is most, the departments around us are not as bad off. The chiefs and the firefighters are not as bad off as boards are in Pickering. We know that when when we call, we're calling for a reason. The only thing is you are gonna start getting into a point though where you have to remember, boards look at it too. Oh, McMillan decided they didn't need to buy that UTV. They don't need their four-wheelers anymore. They're gonna use ours. Oh, well, maybe we should be billing them for the option for them to come. I mean, you're gonna get into that. So you don't wanna get into that too far. So I mean, the thing is if we decide that we wanna get rid of the four-wheelers, get rid of the toboggan because it's old, then we need to get rid of it. But we also then need to move into the fact that we're gonna move into the 21st century and we're gonna buy what we need then. And if that's a UTV, then it's a UTV with tracks. We need to quit this little charade here of we're gonna get rid of this and we're gonna clean the house. No, we need to get into this. We're gonna serve our people and we need something like this to serve our people.
I don't think anybody insinuated they were just gonna get rid of stuff and rely on somebody else. They never talked about replacing it and coming up with part of it.
Well, I'm just saying that I
In the
think
meantime,
we
is if
stay
they
with it.
decide to get rid of it, then get the prices and get that, then they get it.
And there's no charade going on.
Well, it kind of is. We'll get rid of this and then down the road we'll look at replacing it.
Well, yeah, because we gotta start somewhere. And we do have to clean house. So again, there's not a charade on that either. So, this is what needs to be done.
I think it's pretty forward, it's in front of us.
Okay.
We wanna get rid of it. And let them look for a piece of equipment that is gonna be more peaceful.
Oh.
So what do we wanna do?
Really?
Snowmobile, you might get $800 for it, four wheelers, $3,000.
Sell it, give it to Ken for it.
And like I said, the one four-wheeler I would like to give to the township so they can rake the diamond instead of using a lawnmower.
But you shouldn't use a lawnmower to do that anyway.
Correct, because you're gonna wreck it, and for whatever they want. Okay? To me, that's the right thing to do. That's Kevin's personal opinion. There again, is it gonna last them a year? Are they gonna have to find parts or not find parts? Well, that's
We're
not
sending
my,
it back over to the fire department.
yeah, that's not my problem, it's just,
Well, regardless, we need a motion.
Good luck getting one.
Well, you have to we make a motion to either accept this or not. Period.
Can we get a second?
What was the motion? What was the motion?
To accept the resolution
Or not.
she said or not,
That's
so.
Well, pick one.
Pick one.
The
Yeah,
motion is
yeah.
made to accept you vote yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the motion by Carolyn is to accept the resolution, or approve the resolution as presented?
Yes.
Can we get a second?
I'll second it for discussion.
Okay, all right, back to discussion, what do you got?
With the exception, get rid of everything until we get more information back from the chief and what he's gonna replace it with. that could be in a month, that could be whatever. So you get rid of 2013 trailer, that's probably got less than, how many miles on it? I don't know, not that many. Have you talked to the individual that donated that rescue bugger?
For what?
See if they want it personally, or what's your point,
He
Dave?
donated it in good conscience, was a former board member.
We all did. When we bought raffle tickets, we all did it in good conscience. Now we're gonna update it to something new, so we're not selling it and buying popsicles with it.
Call the question.
All in favor, say aye.
Hold on, so currently I have the motion on the floor is approve the resolution as presented.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And Dave seconded it.
yes.
Okay. Let's do a roll call.
Rod,
Man,
Dave,
No.
Carolyn,
Well, yes.
Deb,
Yes. Motion failed. Bring it back next month.
I won't bring it back, it'll sit in the corner. Also, here's an opener that somebody left on the comm center. It says town garage. I'm assuming somebody left it over there for you guys, because they didn't want to talk to you.
Because they didn't want to talk to us.
Or talk to me either, so.
So
Either way,
it's
there it is.
garage.
Yeah, it says town garage on there.
Says town garage right on it.
probably left over from the days when we used some storage over there.
No, they were just, got dropped off.
Oh, it got dropped off?
Yeah, because I've been cleaning up over there and, you know, dusted, and somebody set it there after it was clean, so.
All right,
Move on.
we're going to amend the 2025 budget.
Oh, no, I can't.
See if we can find it.
2025 is over, why do we have to?
Starting on page 1 of 6.
We have to amend it because we need the numbers where they're supposed to be. Okay? That's why we need to amend it. So if you're looking at page 1, the problem with this is we are not going to be able to completely amend the budget tonight because we're going to have to send this back with John and he needs to clean up all the expenses. Because payroll is wrong in different areas, that type of thing.
Oh, I thought that's what was gonna be done,
the budget to actual is correct, through December 31st, 2025.
No, it's not.
You have a category that's overdrawn. It's in a negative.
Well,
It's
not
in
only
red.
that, you got
You can't
payroll
write that,
that's
it's not
wrong,
a red category.
and I have that too.
Okay, so if there's errors, please let me know where the errors are.
Well, no, you're gonna have to go through and pick out where the errors are, because I don't have the records to verify any of that. Number one is the highway payroll, that I do know is wrong, but I don't have all the numbers to verify that one.
Okay, I will provide you all of the detail.
I'm not doing your job, John. I am telling you what line I know for sure is wrong.
And what is
the
incorrect?
highway?
What is incorrect in them?
Wait.
We went through this the end of the
Yes.
year.
So where is the
Now,
highway
some
on
place-
here? What are you talking about? What's the number?
I don't have the number because I do not have all the detail for it in order to get the number.
So where is it that you're talking about on
Okay.
on the budget? Where's the highway, what's the number that you're talking about?
As I said, I do not have all the information for that number
Page 4.
So
in order to change that.
we're on page 1 of 6, correct?
That's what
Okay,
that's
so
what I'm
let's go
trying
through the
to
revenue
figure out.
first.
Which
But like I said, let's go through the revenue first.
Okay. So we're on page 1 of 6, correct?
Yes,
Of
okay.
2025. The one you just received, because there were 2 of them. Well, just so you know, because they were different numbers.
Here's the
I know.
one we just received, right?
Yes.
Well, on the last page, page 6, it's about the last number under 154, 242. Okay, because the one from, what was it, December 8th was 140?
No.
Or December 31st? Yeah. So they changed. That's why I want to make sure you're on the right one.
Page 6, you're looking at,
Page
In the
6.
packet of tonight.
for the packet tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, and the one that corrected, supposedly the corrected one, which was done on December
Okay, what's your?
31st.
Okay, look at the
Okay,
last
so,
page of that one.
okay, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
I've got it.
That's 140.
Yes.
Now, the one that we were just given in our packet
It's 154.
is 154.
Okay, that's
one
all
we
I
wanted.
asked, so,
I
yeah.
said there were two different budgets that are dated for 12/31.
So what do we have to do?
Okay, first of all, we need to amend the first page, the revenue. All right. Under 43420, the state fire insurance dues, the money that we received needs to be put into the budget. So that 14,565.42 needs to be put into the budget.
Which number again?
43420.
Is that the money we transferred into that?
43420. That's
2% dues.
Yep.
That was moved to a savings account, yes?
Wasn't it moved?
Correct.
Supposed to be.
But it still needs to be put into the budget line. It was never put on there.
The way that,
You mean as an out?
No.
the way that
That
these papers
received-
look right now, it looks like the town of McMillan has 130,000 and change missing.
Yes, that's exactly what, I can give you the exact amount.
You should go
on
right.
that one.
The 14,565.42 we moved to the savings account. For your request.
Actually, the amount that it
That
looks
is
like
exactly
we are
what we
missing
got.
for money is $131,718.31. So, do we want to go through and amend the budget?
Do we have the information that we need tonight to do it?
No.
Then it doesn't even pay to start.
Okay, then we don't have to. That's fine.
I mean, I think it needs to be done, I'm not doubting that, but if we don't have the information to get it done, then
I don't have
We
the
just get it.
records to go through each line, okay? Otherwise I would.
no, I'm not blaming you for anything,
I'm just explaining my end of it.
Okay.
I can't do it without having the numbers. I do know by looking at this, there's numbers that are wrong. Because I do know that we had over, in the highway department, granite road materials between Kraus and Drake, we had 30,000 roughly right there.
Well, why
But
don't
we
you,
only got 5,000 in our expenses.
why don't you tell us the ones that you know right now? And you say you have them.
Most of the payroll, okay? The payroll for the board is wrong. The payroll for,
Now, wait a minute, do I need to make a list here then? What you?
well, you're not doing it.
Well,
one
I
needs to make a
am,
list.
well, I'm saying, you're telling
Then
me
what is
that
incorrect
there's a
of the
bunch
table?
that is
What's that?
wrong, and I
What is
wanna know
incorrect
what
of
it
the table?
is.
You're making allegations with no evidence. So what is incorrect of it?
Your FICA is wrong on it.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, John. It is.
Okay, first of all, you're saying that there are things on here that you know are incorrect.
Yes.
Can you tell me what those are?
In a minute.
That's all I
I
mean, I
can't tell
don't
you
know how
everything
you.
on there because I don't have, like I said, all of the information for that. I just don't have it because we don't have access to the books. But if you take
But I
the
offered to
gross,
give it to you and you said no thank you.
excuse me,
Okay.
you did not offer to give me
I
anything.
did. What do you want? And I will give it to you tomorrow.
Okay, I want access to the computer.
No.
Okay, I think that we put this to an end, we're gonna, somewhere or other, we gotta get this figured out.
Okay, if you take the gross wages of the plan commissioners, okay, which would be our meetings and our salaries, and you add your social security to it, which I took right off the check stubs, okay?
You went through all of our check stubs.
Yeah, the last one. The last one I did, for the year-to-date, okay? Because I had the totals on
Okay.
there. And you, I believe on that line alone, it's off by about $79. It's overstated, okay? The clerk's is wrong. That one is overstated. Donna's is wrong. That one is overstated. Highway, I don't have all of them, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm missing Dewey's, I'm missing Larry Propey's. I mean, I can go through Rod's and, you know, Kurt's and Randy's, because they were the most recent. Those are the ones I have. The other ones, they hadn't gotten paid in quite a while, so I didn't have those.
What job do you have?
Of course, I have all of the records.
Yeah. But
You're the
it's,
custodian of the record.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any of the records that you want to see, I will provide them. Every single one, every
What's
check,
the flap here?
every check, every itemized listing of what's in every single expense, every
That's-
itemized
that's-
listing of every single revenue line. I
Bring
will
the
provide
fever
it.
down a little bit and start talking.
no, I'm
So
just,
what's
I
the
told you
difference,
that
what's the
they're wrong.
difference, John, with the one, we've got two of them that were on, December,
They're both dated December 31st. One was before they had taken out, I think it was the 18,000, or no, that's still on the last one.
6.
We did that after that meeting, the 18,000 that we moved.
So which one are we supposed to be working on then? The 154 is my assumption, am I correct?
Well,
The one
there's
that's in your packet today.
154, and the other one was
Correct.
140.
Yeah, the one that's in your packet today is correct.
It is correct.
Yes.
That's the 154 then, that's the one I've been working on.
So now, Deb, there's
Yeah.
certain ones here that you say
I
are
said-
incorrect, but
Yep.
you don't have the records.
Yep.
So why don't we know you need to tell him what the numbers are, or the things that you say are incorrect? And then we want to see what you have on your record.
Sure. I'm happy to provide all the records for anything
So
that's
why
listed.
it's, and then see what the difference is.
Absolutely.
That's the way it should be figured out.
I agree.
And you could get it so that you're talking for apples and apples.
You know exactly what I'm talking about because you did it correctly for 26. Okay, for 26, the payroll is in there correctly. For 25, it's not. And they're not.
Well, let's fix it then.
Well, that's what I'm saying, we have to amend it, but I can't sit there and give them the numbers when I don't have everything to
What numbers
get
do
the
you want?
number.
But that's what we're saying. You're saying they're wrong, but you're not telling us what numbers.
Yeah, I just told you what's wrong, payroll, for the.
Okay, so
Payroll for the
payroll
board
is number
wrong.
one. What's the next one?
Payroll for the board is wrong, payroll for the clerk is wrong, payroll for Donna is wrong.
Are you talking the FICA stuff, or are you talking, what are you talking?
Yes,
FICA, okay.
the expense on it is wrong, okay? So between the wage and you add the FICA, it's wrong. What's the other one? I don't know about the park because Nicole isn't here tonight, so I
Okay,
don't know what
all
she's
right.
got.
Well, you've got 6 pages here. So if you say they're wrong, then I want to know exactly which ones are
And that's
wrong.
to start with. And you had it wrong in the fire department, am I correct?
Correct.
Yes. And that was payroll.
Yes.
Okay.
Fire department.
And what is incorrect in the payroll for the fire department?
Well, you added a payroll item that I don't know where you're putting the expenditure. You have an EMS officer and we don't have an EMS officer.
Is there an expense there?
It's a payroll item. There's no expense line item for EMS officer. I don't know where that's coming from, so that kind of
Yeah, I don't,
changes my officer balance and that comes out. I don't know what is going on with balloon because
that's the balloon charges that you guys sent to me, the payroll that we did in the
which was
summer.
originally paid wrong. It was submitted to you incorrectly. It was also paid wrong because Stratford was supposed to get $15 an hour, McMillan was supposed to get 17.
Then you guys submitted incorrect information to me.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, so the.
I just said it was submitted incorrectly.
So the sheet that you guys, I'm working off of the information that was given to me, the bill that you guys sent, this is how this should be paid out. It was everyone at $15 an hour, so I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I'm not sure why either, because the person that filled it out and gave it to you was at the same meeting we all were, that it was decided it was 15 and 17. But there's also, there's payroll, there's FICA, and then there's outside charges, so I have no idea if the balloon in the salary is on as an expenditure or not, and I don't know if they're taking
what outside charges are in there?
the EMS officer out of EMS, or if you're taking it out of the fire department officer, because we don't have an EMS officer. And that's just,
You don't have an EMS officer?
I'm happy to move all of these expenses.
Not out of the line item.
I think Kim Colton was listed as getting officer paid.
Yeah.
And it was my understanding that she was EMS mainly, so I charged it to EMS officer. There's no designation, it just says officer pay. It doesn't say FD officer, it doesn't say EMS, there's no distinction. So I use my best judgment on where to charge that one.
But as I mentioned before, if there is any questions on fire department related issues, who do you call first? The chief. Okay?
Okay.
He didn't know there was questions.
I know, but
Did Patty come to him?
we keep going through the same
Did
thing.
you talk to
Oh,
him?
yeah, he knew there were questions, because I believe Patty had emailed John, didn't you?
Did you?
Regarding what?
Any errors or what she thought was logged
Wasn't
wrong?
there something
I
about-
emailed both of you.
Pardon me?
I said, I have had questions for both of you, and I emailed them, and
You
Yeah.
never emailed me, but.
yes, I have.
Can you tell me?
Would you like me to print it out for you? Because I'll go find it.
Please go find it.
Okay.
because you
Okay,
have
come
it.
on, never mind, come on, let's move on.
We gotta work
What else
together
is
here to
there?
get this settled.
We've got the park, we've got the fire department payroll, what else?
Highway.
Highway, what about it?
What's wrong?
Just the whole highway stuff.
I don't have the information, it needs to be double checked, because that is our biggest payroll.
Okay,
So that one has to be double checked, and I don't
Okay.
have all the information to do it.
Do you want to come in
Talking
and?
specifically highway payroll.
Specific highway payroll.
Thank you.
yeah, okay, what else?
What else was there, Patty? Fire department payroll, she just got done saying that.
Got it.
Got it.
What else was there?
Well, it's illegal to make a claim and write a check out of a category that's over budget. You guys are in the red by over $100,000 in one of your categories.
Yep,
In what category?
highway,
Works.
in the public works, it says we
They're
are
at a
over
deficit
by.
of $101,000.
Yep,
So is there,
the rule is
Where is that?
7506, halfway down, page 5.
Okay,
So for the last 3 months, I've been saying, how's our budget? And I've been told, the budget is fine. Are we over on any categories? No, we're fine. Now we're over $101,865.
Excuse me.
Wait a minute.
I
Where
believe
is
the
that?
responsibility for the budget is the town board, since it's not the clerk's.
It is yours to present
I
it.
did present it.
Oh my God.
It was in the packet. If you guys aren't gonna read through the packet, that's not really my
According
fault.
to,
here, okay, highway maintenance, local. Okay, this is where, so where's this minus 100,000?
down halfway down the 101,865.
You
you're
said,
on 26's budget. You're on 20-year term. I know.
yeah,
I was gonna say, where the hell are you?
yeah, okay, all
Right
right,
here.
right here, okay.
I wrote my fingers. So whenever a category is getting close to going over, it is the clerk's responsibility to let the board know, because he's not supposed to even write checks out, according to the Wisconsin Department of Revenue and our attorney, which I've talked to both of them about it. So, when I ask, are we over on any categories?
There we are.
Yes, we are. We need to find out where we really are first. Maybe we can amend the front page, and most of it is just putting the revenue into the budget line where it should be to begin with.
You're talking 25 now, 106.
What I'm looking at is this right here, something's easier to show. Taking these numbers like this, putting it here, putting it in, this is the expense, all right?
Yeah.
This is our budget. These numbers need to be moved over, okay? All of them. I don't even know what the heck local aid, we got $6.98, you.
We can have
What is it?
records.
So,
It's a matter of talking.
yeah, well, I tried to do this, and I got hollered at when I went in the office and did that.
You did not. Stop.
I
You
have
did
a
not.
letter of apology from you.
And what was
So-
that concerning?
That was for hollering at you,
It was-
or
it
you
was-
hollering at me.
It was not about, it was not about putting stuff.
Excuse me. Hey, you wanna take care of that?
Point of order, that's all I'm asking, we gotta
Okay,
work
here.
through this.
There was a Marathon County payment, for $6.98.
Did that answer
Okay,
the question?
but what was it for?
I don't know, there was no details.
That's what I was asking. Okay, so anyway, we need to move these over here. Well, are we gonna bother with this or no?
I don't know, it's up to you.
Okay, then
We-
forget it.
we-
I'm
I
trying
call,
to
I
explain
realize
it.
we aren't getting
Wait,
anyplace,
here.
is my point.
Well, if you ask a question and you're trying to explain how this is supposed to be done,
I appreciate that, yes.
okay. Do you understand what I was talking about, Carol?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The other revenue for 48904 way on the bottom, what is that?
4890, just like that.
Way on the bottom.
3384.
What is it?
Other revenue.
I know, but what is it?
Where? 48904? Oh,
Yep.
that's the line item. Let's see. Town address payment email, 123.25 for $24. Municipal Services, Wisconsin, for $471.45. 2 times Nightberry payments for $20 apiece. $50 from the Peach Man.
Nightberry is when they contact me and they want on a sale of a property, they wanna make sure that they don't owe
Oh,
something
okay,
like those.
yeah,
Nightberry automatically sends a $20 check.
okay.
None of the other ones do that, but Nightberry does.
2 more of those for $40. $134.20 for scrap metal.
For miscellaneous revenues.
$15 for a garnishment fee.
A garnishment fee?
Somebody, fire department.
Yeah. $2,371.25 from the Reykjavik annexation. $20 from the Go
Okay.
Tiger.
Rakovic's annexed into the city, and then we get what, 4 years?
We
or
got
5? Yeah, we get
the
our
taxes back for
taxes
that.
back for like 5 years, 5 years.
$83.20 from fire department scrap. $20 from Nightberry. $75 from Indian River District fruit sales.
So
It's
that's
on
gonna give us
miscellaneous.
our 33,
Well, that's why I was just asking, what is it? You know,
Yeah.
I didn't think it was out of line. But anyway, these amounts that we have received need to be put into the budget to see where we end up.
The miscellaneous one.
Well, I'm saying,
Show me, I'm gonna-
moving these numbers into the line,
Oh,
Okay.
transfer, oh, yeah.
which would make more sense.
Well, that's fine.
Hmm?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Public safety, whatever that is.
Well, the fire department would have the $18,078.70 that they would like to put into a savings account.
She's saying all
Can
these
you-
things
can he-
here should be moved over here.
I think in the old program, we
And
used to
just do
print
it.
out once at the end of the year, every category and everything that described it. Can you do that in that program, John?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what we used to do. I don't know what they do today, but it prints out detail of each one. Maybe that's what you need to clarify some of what you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever it is.
I mean, it'll be a stack, but maybe that would help.
Okay, so these other things that you said, that we wrote down, we need to go over those.
Yeah.
So,
And like I said, I don't have all of the information in order to do that, so.
okay, well then we need to get it.
Well,
Meet with him and get it.
Yes.
so we need the detail for each line item in the budget is what you're saying.
Sounds like it. He can, I'm sure he can do that. He can produce that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
So then,
So when are we gonna revisit this again then, to make sure it's.
As soon as he gets it done.
so as soon as you get it done, let me know, and we can set up a meeting.
Sure.
So
My
then,
suggestion is, we don't charge for it.
we don't what?
We don't charge for a meeting, an extra meeting.
What the hell are you
We're all gonna
talking about?
take, every time we have a meeting, we charge
$40 a
taxpayers.
person.
I'm gonna say it's the board's mistake.
I didn't make a mistake on the budget.
You need
No,
clarification.
I will not take
You
responsibility
just
for
need
looking
clarification.
for $135,000 that's
To
missing as of
resolve
right
the
now.
issue is what my point.
What, Donna?
I said you just need clarification stuff. You're looking for
That's all I'm
clarification.
saying.
No, I'm looking for about $131,000, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay,
All right.
that's fine.
Well, like I said, we have a $91,000 grant we're supposed to be paying for this next year, which I've already told you about, Dave. We've already gotten the money for it,
Yeah,
but we don't have the money.
okay, that's fine.
Okay.
You.
We have the money. It was not spent.
It's not in the checking, and everything for 2025 has been transferred over there.
It's because you guys decided to move it into the highway fund. You guys made that motion.
The
Remember?
18,000?
No.
No.
You moved everything that was left in the tax savings account into.
We moved that grant into that, wasn't that, or close to it?
And so like we got the $140,000 from the state, and it was in the checking account, and you guys didn't account for it when you were moving money. That's not, how is that my fault?
Nobody said it was your fault. I said we don't have the
We
$91,000.
most certainly do. We didn't spend
Well,
that money,
we-
and if we did, we're probably in humongous trouble with the state.
Well, that's, the way it looks right now by going through the budget, we don't have it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we don't have the money. I do know this, okay? According to our budget for 2025, it looks like we are short $131,000. That's what it looks like.
So let's fix it, get on with the.
Yes, Kevin?
I haven't been rude up here, but I've been working off of Dale's concern tonight. Been talking with Everett, Marshall Fire Chief. He has nothing in his iron responding, nothing in image trend, and Wood County Dispatch has no record. So he's gonna start looking into his system tomorrow. I'm gonna call Marathon County tomorrow, and we're gonna try and figure out why the call didn't
Go through evidently.
go through.
My 911 goes to American County, not Wood County.
But our ambulance contract is through
Well, we've had
Wood.
that problem in discussion before, depending upon where you call in the township, was there some tower, some boxes up there, and some boxes here.
What we're trying to figure out, me and Everett, is how Spencer got paid. That was the call was December 13th to Belvedere.
That was Saturday night?
It was the same night they had a house fire because I was on that house fire with Hewitt. Everett, the fire chief, was on that house fire. So we were fighting a fire in Marshville, and from that standpoint, they don't know. So it's either Marathon County.
They gotta figure it out.
Yeah, they gotta figure it out, but I just wanted you to know, I'm on my phone working on it, trying to figure out why.
It can't happen again.
Well,
That's why I'm here.
and if,
I need a motion to adjourn.
it was the 13th. I got the I responding call on my phone.
We can't.
So I just want to let you know I'm working on it
I need a
to
second.
figure out.
All in favor, say aye. We're
It's up there, the question in the back.
Yeah, throw it out there, I know you guys needed the line item budget annually.
Yeah.
But I like it. Careful about problems. We did a lot of amending then. That we did.
Yeah, I don't want to breathe on you, Patty. When you come to my house.
Same thing that everybody was asking. Line item by line item.
Good night.
Talk again, ask for it again, and I want to make sure Kevin should get that, or you should get that. Because if everybody else is going through theirs, you guys need to double check.
Yeah, I think so.